G is for glorious. 5 days of top-class racing at one of the most beautiful racecourses in the world.
O is for one, Day 1 and Group 1. For the very first time this year, today's feature race, the Goodwood Cup, has been promoted to top-level status.
Another O is for Orange. This lad, Big Orange. He's the most popular horse in training and the Ascot Gold Cup winner. And this afternoon, he's hoping to make history by winning a third Goodwood Cup.
D is for Dittori, successful in the King George at Ascot on Saturday, bidding to steer Big Orange to the front this afternoon.
Yes, W is for winning, not just winning horses or winning fashions. We've got Ladies' Day on Thursday and the Style Awards on Friday.
Oh, obviously odds. A betting ring chock full of punters all trying to be king or queen, looking for the best prices. And then that fantastic stampede to go and get paid out as your horse finishes first past the post.
And the final O is for O'Sullivan, the voice of racing, who first commentated here when television coverage began in 1956 and was to provide the soundtrack for the next 40 years.
D is for Jules. Goodwood famous in recent years for the Jewels on the Downs. And tomorrow the latest is Ribchester against Churchill, live on ITV, potentially the highlight of what's going to be a brilliant week.
Welcome everyone to the Goodwood Festival of 2017.
Are you having any fun? What you getting out of living? What good is what you've got if you're not having any fun?
For this Qatar Goodwood Cup Stakes, lines are dispensed. She is no lady, a little bit slow, but plenty of time to recover. And High Jinks towards the outside was also slow, and he may have been one of the pace setters, and he's being rousted along early as Sheikh Zayed Road and Big Orange cut out the early running. US Army Ranger is also racing in a handy position, as Jason wonderfully described. Plenty of swoops and loops, and we're on a bit of a swoop before we meet the first loop as Oriental Fox moves through on the inside with QE. Big Orange right up there on the outside as they settle down. So Big Orange in the yellow colours will edge over towards the running rail shortly. QE in the blue, Oriental Fox and Sheikh Zayed Road are the next two. US Army Ranger from the chestnut with the white-faced Stradivarius as Prince of Arran moves up on that one's inside. Midfield for She Is No Lady, who broke slowly but has made it into mid-division ahead of Higher Power. At the back is Palisator. High Jinks didn't get a sniff of the front and has been restrained as a result. Sweet Selection and Wicklow Brave along with Emirates Desert Skyline is towards the back as they now begin to take the first of the loops. So the climb uphill for the next furlong and a half and a mile and a half to race. Big Orange in the yellow colours, attended by QE in the blue. Sheikh Zayed Road in third place. Oriental Fox is in fourth with US Army Ranger on the inside of the mauve colours in sixth place. She Is No Lady. Prince of Arran on the inside of Higher Power between that pair Desert Skyline as they make the corner. High Jinks Stradivarius has just drifted back slightly in the field, has three behind, Wicklow Brave, Sweet Selection, and last of all is Palisator. So they're now approaching the final 9 furlongs or so, and Big Orange leading them then towards halfway in this Qatar Goodwood Cup. They move now over towards the far side as they'll prepare to enter the straight in a while by the top bend. Sheikh Zayed Road's moved through into second place, just ahead of QE. Oriental Fox, She Is No Lady in the mauve on the outside of US Army Ranger, positioned in sixth place. Higher Power shows in seventh on the inside of Prince of Arran as they make their way down into another of the dips. They're being tracked through by Stradivarius. Still held up is High Jinks, and still towards the back as well Wicklow Brave with Sweet Selection and Palisator, and just managed to get a little bit of a breather in that part of the racecourse before they begin to climb again and enter the final 3/4 of a mile. So Big Orange and Frankie Dettori lead the way from QE and Sheikh Zayed Road. She Is No Lady on the outside of Oriental Fox. The riders still generally sitting pretty quietly. US Army Ranger on the inside of Higher Power disputing sixth. Stradivarius trying to get a bit closer is Desert Skyline in the cheek pieces as they run downhill. High Jinks is being ridden, so Sweet Selection. Wicklow Brave and Palisator, despite being close to the back, are still travelling comfortably. So now Big Orange turns downhill and begins to wind it up. So approaching the final half mile, and Big Orange bidding to make their pips squeak. Leads by a length or so from, in second place, QE's ridden along. Sheikh Zayed Road, then She Is No Lady. Wicklow Brave from the back is making stealthy progress. Stradivarius, the 3-year-old, and US Army Ranger, and now is where Big Orange tries to grind them into submission. 2 furlongs to travel. Stradivarius, Desert Skyline towards the outside, the pair of 3-year-olds snapping at the older horse's heels. Sheikh Zayed Road, then She Is No Lady, as they enter the final furlong and a half. Big Orange drifts over to Stradivarius and looks the younger horse in the eye, but Stradivarius it is who moves past Big Orange, who now has to dig in. In third place, Desert Skyline, but it's Stradivarius who leads with 100 yards to go. In second place, Big Orange, and up towards the line, the 3-year-old Stradivarius won the Goodwood Cup. Big Orange went down fighting, but he's only second.
Stradivarius, trained by this man, John Gosden. That was an enthralling contest to watch. Just talk us through it.
Yes, it was. I mean, he's not the biggest of horses, and it was a bit rough on the first bend for him. He got knocked around a bit, but Andrea, having gotten the muddle in the first race today, has been cool and executed everything brilliantly in the next 2 races. And he didn't panic, and Frankie went to the middle, which is clever because he doesn't want to be attacked near a rail on one side. And of course it opened up for us. And look, he stayed out well. He's a really lovely little horse. He won the Vase at Royal Ascot, and being a 3-year-old with a Group 2 win, we came here. It was Peter Schumacher's idea, the racing office manager at Clearhaven Stables. I thought at first his idea was mad, but then I saw the sense in it.
What is the ideas that you'll have now? A Leger horse or a Cup horse in the making?
He goes for the Leger. Yeah, he'll go for the Leger, obviously.
You've got an excellent record in that race. Does he strike you as a horse capable of doing what other horses from your stable have done?
Andrea said that he's still mentally a little immature. He doesn't know how good he is yet as a staying horse, and that he's improving all the time, which is interesting because he's not a big, vast horse. He's and he loves fast ground, but he handled this well. Slow-sided good, and look, he's got a big heart, which is all that matters with a racehorse.
Yeah, many congratulations, John.
Thank you.